Most mistakes some fish farmers, either beginner or professional, do immediately they stock their fish is the type or size of feed they should start with. Size of feed to start with immediately after stocking your fish, either at fingerling stage or juvenile stage, is very paramount in fish farming in order for you to get the required results. We have several sizes of feeds, starting from 2 mm, which is very common, 3 mm, 4 mm, 6 mm, even down to 9 mm. But it's not all fish farmers that make use of 9 mm before they sell off their fish. But let's start from 2 mm. 2 mm is required to start with immediately you stock your fish in the tank or pond, either at juvenile stage or fingerlings, because once your fish is at juvenile stage or post juvenile or fingerlings, they can take 2 mm. 2 mm is the best size to start with. Some farmers normally use 1.8 if they can find, but 1.8 mm is not as common as 2 mm. But in as much as your fish can swallow themselves, they can equally take 2 mm. Why is it 2 mm? There's what we call crude protein in feed. Come closer. This is 2 mm size. If you can see it now, this is how the size is. This is Blue Crown product 2 mm. Now you see it now, 2 mm. This is nutrient, all what it contains. See the crude protein 45%. What it means by crude protein, it is showing us now that the proteinous content of this food is up to 45%, which means that this size now can quickly grow fast your fish than any other size higher than this, because as the feed size increases, so also their crude protein decrease. What I meant by the crude protein is the nutrient of the proteinous content. Talk about fish meal, granule cake, broad meal, and other things that is used to make the fish, which are proteinous, is more higher in small sizes than the big size. Then it's just like a newborn baby. If a newborn baby, if they just give birth to a newborn baby, we are expected to feed for them to get higher proteinous food, just like breastfeeding, from breastfeeding to some certain level of it, so that they can have that their immunity can become strong and grow fast. That is applicable to fish. If you put fish in tank and you're feeding them based on what you just have available, I have seen several fish farmers or beginners whereby they will start crushing 6 mm. This type of size, 6 mm, they will start crushing this size for their fingerlings or juvenile. How are you expecting this size or the content made by this one to grow your fish? Look at the crude protein of 6 mm. See, the crude protein is 43. How can you compare 43% to 45%? It shows that this 6 mm is not meant for growing fish. It's not meant for fingerlings or juvenile. 6 mm is meant for fish that have already grown, which is grown out feed. So just develop their muscle. 6 mm or 9 mm is a feed size to develop the fish muscle and make their tissue strong. It is not for growing fish. What is meant for growing fish is 2 mm size. From 2 mm size, it will reach a point that you develop to 3 mm. The difference of their crude protein is not much. Then 4 mm, before 6 mm and 9 mm. So these are the stages. Yes, like if you have it in mind of growing your fish to 6 months, from 0 to 1st month, you allow your fish to take 2 mm fully for 2 months. Fully for 2 months, they will develop, they will grow fast. Then you now migrate to 3 mm. There's no much difference. How they can take the 3 mm for 1 month or 1.5 months, then 4 mm, before you now take it, you use 6 mm to finalize everything to 6 months or 6.5. It depends on the months you want to grow your fish. Then by then they have developed, they have grown to a certain level that growth is not what you need again. What you need at that time is for them to be developing muscle. You get it now? For the tissue to be strong, then you now migrate to 6 mm and 9 mm for them to develop their tissue and the muscle and look giant. Depends on how you want your fish to weigh and the weight to gain. It's just as if human being that that is taking carbohydrate in order to get weight. Are you getting me now? This is how fish is being trained or cultured. It's not that you just put fish inside tank and whatever you have as feed is what you're throwing for them just because they are picking. One thing about fish, whatever you give them, they'll pick. But not picking that is matter. What matter is how is it converting. In my previous video, I talk about FCR, which is feed conversion ratio. The amount of feed you are giving your fish and how are they converting it to flesh to make them grow and have your result is what matters. Anything you give fish, they will take. But if it is not what is proper for them to take, you no see results. So feed is one of the important aspects of fish farming. The right fish, the right feed at the right stage for your fish will give you a better result. Come and see those fish in the tank. From those fish now, see the stage now, this post fingerlings at juvenile stage now. Now those fish now can take 2 mm. If you stock such fish like this in your tank, you are expected to start with 2 mm. So from 2 mm, it can take like 2 months. They will develop so fast. Before you know, they will grow beyond your expectation. You move to 3 mm, from there 4 mm, and 6 mm to 9 mm. And see this level now. This level now can see. Now this level can take like 3 mm. From this level now, you migrate to 4 mm. Before you know, your fish will reach grown out level that can take 6 mm and 9 mm before you talk about sales or whatever you want to do with it. So as a fish farmer, one of the things that you need to take very important in fish farming business is feed. The right feed at the right stage of fish. If you get it wrong, you get the result wrong. At the end of the day, you will not get your required results. Wrong feeding with wrong size at the right stage of a fish will give you wrong results. So I believe this my video is helpful to you. Subscribe to my channel to get my subsequent video on fish farming and aquaculture. Share this video to help others too to develop in their fish farming business. Comment for us to learn more and teach ourselves more. Subscribe to get my subsequent videos. Thank you.